I'm 73 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that might upset you. It might even make you angry, because it challenges the very foundation of how you are spending your days. Everything you think you know about getting older, about success, and about what it means to be a good person is likely completely wrong. And the worst part is that the people who should be telling you this, your parents, your teachers, the society that surrounds you, they are either lying to you or, more likely, they simply don't know any better themselves. They are trapped in the same cycle they are teaching you to run. I spent the first 52 years of my life believing the same lies you probably believe right now. I thought I had it all figured out. I had the impressive career, the beautiful house, the retirement accounts, and the respect of my peers. I was the one everyone turned to, the one who carried the weight of the family, the one who made sure everything stayed afloat. But at 52, something happened that shattered everything I thought I knew. And what I discovered in the 21 years since then has completely changed how I see life, death, and every breath in between. Before I tell you what happened, I need you to understand something vital. The reason I'm making this video isn't to impress you with my longevity or to make myself feel like a wise old man. I'm making this because I am quite literally running out of time, and there are things you need to hear before it is too late for you. Not for me, my story is mostly written, but for you. At 52, I had what doctors call a cardiac event. That is just a fancy, sanitized way of saying my heart tried to kill me. I was in the middle of a high-stakes board meeting, arguing about quarterly projections and profit margins, when suddenly the room started spinning. The voices of my colleagues became distant, like they were underwater. The next thing I remember is waking up in a hospital bed with tubes coming out of my arms and my wife crying in the corner. The doctors told me I was lucky. They said I was fortunate to have survived. But lying there, listening to the rhythmic beep of the monitors, I didn't feel lucky. One felt terrified. I realized that if my heart had stopped permanently in that meeting room, I would have died for a spreadsheet. I realized I had been living my entire life on autopilot. I wasn't really alive. I was just going through the motions, checking off boxes on a list someone else wrote for me. I was trying to meet everyone else's expectations, especially as someone who always felt the need to heal, to fix, and to carry the emotional burdens of my family. For many of you watching, you know exactly what that feels like. You are the empath, the scapegoat, the one who absorbs the shadows of everyone around you while your own light flickers out. You think that by being the strongest one, the most helpful one, or the most successful one, you will finally earn the right to exist. But lying in that bed, I saw the truth. If Primera Adedayid, what would I have left behind? A nice house, a collection of achievements that nobody would remember in 5 years, a legacy of being reliable while my own soul was a stranger to me. Let me tell you the biggest lie you are probably telling yourself right now. It's the lie that haunts the halls of every nursing home and every hospital. That lie is, I have time. You say to yourself, I'll do that later. When I'm older, I'll finally live the life I want. When I make more money, then I'll be happy. When the kids are grown, then I'll travel. When I retire, then I'll finally do what I love. I see young people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and they are all saying the same thing. They are waiting for a permission slip that is never going to come. Let me save you 50 years of regret with one simple truth. That day never comes. The goalposts keep moving. You get the promotion, and suddenly you need the next one. You make more money, and suddenly your lifestyle expands, and you need even more. You are always chasing something just out of reach, like a greyhound chasing a mechanical rabbit around a track. And before you know it, you're 70 years old, wondering where your life went. Primera did this. I spent 3 decades climbing a ladder, sacrificing my sleep, my health, and my presence, only to realize when I got to the very top that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. And the cruelest part of time is that you cannot climb back down and start over. Time only moves in one direction. If you are an empath who has spent years as the family scapegoat, or if you are the one who has always been blamed for the family's dysfunction, you are likely carrying a double burden. Not only are you chasing the world's version of success, but you are also chasing the approval of people who are incapable of giving it. You think that if you just work harder, if you are just more perfect, they will finally see you. They won't, and while you are trying to fix them, your own life is slipping through your fingers like sand. Success is a terrible goal. I say this as someone who achieved everything I set out to achieve. I made partner. I bought the luxury cars. I had the status, and none of it mattered. When you achieve a big goal, you feel amazing for about 48 hours. Then the feeling fades. You return to your baseline of anxiety or emptiness. Now you need a new goal, a bigger achievement, more validation. It is a hamster wheel designed to keep you running until you drop. I had a friend who died 3 years ago at 6. He worked 70-hour weeks his entire life. He built a multi-million-dollar business and never took a real vacation because he was too essential to the operation. He kept saying he'd slow down next year. He had his bags packed for a trip to Italy he'd been planning for a decade, but he had a stroke 2 weeks before the flight. At his funeral, his son said something that stayed with me. "My father was a successful man, but I barely knew him." Is that the legacy you want? To be a stranger to the people who should have known you best. Your regrets at my age won't be about the things you did wrong. They won't be about the business deals that fell through or the money you lost. Those things don't even make the list. What keeps you up at night are the things you didn't do at all. It's the trip to Japan I never took because I was too busy with a project I can't even remember the name of now. It's the relationship with my brother that I let rot because of pride and a lack of time. It's the book I always wanted to write, but never started because I was afraid of what people would think. You think you have unlimited time with the people you love. You don't. My father died when I was We had a complicated, difficult relationship. I was always too busy to really work on it. Too caught up in my own important life. I kept thinking we'd have time to talk when things calmed down. They never calmed down. He died of a heart attack within hours. My biggest regrets are the Sundays I didn't call him, the times I was too tired to drive over for dinner, and all the little moments I let slip away because I thought there would always be more. There isn't always more. After my own heart attack, I had to make a choice. I could go back to the wheel, or I could finally wake up. I stepped back from the career that defined me. I started saying no to obligations that didn't feed my soul. I started saying yes to things I had put off for decades. In these last 21 years, I have learned more about what it means to be a human being than I did in the previous 50. What matters is embarrassingly simple, yet we spend our lives avoiding it because it doesn't offer the same dopamine hit as a promotion. What matters is time with the people you love, work that feels meaningful to you, not just your employer, experiencing the world rather than just owning pieces of it, creating memories that warm you when your body grows cold, being present in the room instead of being 5 years ahead in your head. I know it sounds simple. When I was 30, I would have rolled my eyes at this. I would have said, "Sure, that's nice for an old man to say, but I have bills to pay." And yes, you do. I am not saying you should quit your job and move to a cave. I am saying don't sacrifice what matters for what doesn't. Ask yourself this question, and answer it with total, brutal honesty. If you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with the life you've lived so far? Not would people be impressed by your eulogy, or did you achieve enough? Just would you, in your quietest heart, be satisfied? If the answer is no, then what on earth are you waiting for? What are you doing with your time that is so important that you are willing to gamble your one precious, flickering life on it? You are on borrowed time. We all are. But young people have the luxury of pretending they are invincible. They think they have forever. You don't. Every morning you wake up, the clock is ticking. I look at my grandchildren now, and I see the same patterns. They are stressed. They are anxious. They are chasing things that will never make them happy. I try to tell them, but they are living in the storm. They can't see the patterns yet. They think their situation is unique. That is why I am talking to you, because maybe, if you hear this often enough, something will click. You will make different choices. You will stop trying to impress people who don't matter. You will stop sacrificing your health for a company that would post your job opening before your obituary is even printed. You will stop waiting for permission to live the life you actually want. Start calling your parents while they can still hear your voice. Take the trips you dream about, even if the timing isn't perfect. Start doing the things that scare you, because the fear of failure is nothing compared to the fear of regret. Start saying no to the people who drain you, and start saying yes to the experiences that fulfill you. Start now. Not next year, not after the next project. Now. The perfect time is a mirage. Life will always be messy, complicated, and full of reasons to wait. But if you wait, you will wake up one day and realize you waited your entire life away. I am 73. I might have 10 years left, maybe 20 if I'm blessed, and I am okay with that, because these last 21 years have been the richest of my life. Not because of money, but because I finally started living intentionally. I have traveled. I have deepened my relationships. I have forgiven those I held grudges against, and I have said I love you more times than I can count. I am happier now, with less time ahead of me than I was at 30, when I thought I had forever. That is the great irony of life. When you understand that your time is limited, you finally start to live. You stop wasting it on nonsense. You stop postponing joy. You have a choice today. You can keep living on autopilot, chasing a success that will never satisfy you and telling yourself you'll be happy later, or you can wake up. You can realize that time is running out faster than you think, and the life you are waiting to live needs to start this very second. I can't make this choice for you, but I can tell you from the other side of 70 years, you do not want to be where I am, looking back, wishing you had the courage to live for yourself. Don't waste 50 years figuring this out. Learn from my heart attack so you don't have to have your own. Live intentionally. Prioritize what matters. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is today. It always has been. If this resonates with you, if you feel that pull in your chest telling you that something needs to change, then listen to it. Share this message with someone else who is trapped on the treadmill. Leave a comment and tell me one thing you are going to do differently today. Subscribe to this channel, because I have more truths to share and I don't have much time left to share them. The clock is ticking for both of us. What are you going to do with your time?